Okay. Hello. Hello. Hi. Welcome. 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 Wait. Am I good? Am I doing a thing? Am I doing a thing? Many things. Many things. I see. I see. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Hi. As per usual, I think I had to spend a couple minutes troubleshooting here at the very beginning, just because... Yeah, I'm not playing this with 900 ping. That sounds... For a minute, we're gonna see if it'll go down. It's not going down. Okay, hang on. Couple of things. Hello, hi. If you're new here, I have some really ridiculously bad internet in general in terms of upload speed. So the quality that I can stream is kind of also limited. So I apologize for that. There's not a whole lot I can do. Oh, sorry. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. I gotta fix something real quick. I know what happened, actually. I know exactly what happened. Oh dear, I might have to... hang on. Oh dear, this might not let me adjust this. Okay, actually, I have to sign off because I changed something and did not change it back, so I will be right back. Hang on.
Want to know what's on this beetle's diet? Sweat and tears, that's what. That's how it gets
Okay.
stronger. I think we can all learn something from this.
Yeah, okay, let's try this again. Yeah, okay, that's better. I can live with that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I have really terrible upload speed. It's about 1.5 megabits per second. So, yeah. Anyway, there's a few things we kind of need to do before we head to Enkanomiya, just because I haven't played yet today, like at all. So I haven't done my commissions or any of that kind of stuff, so I kind of want to like knock that out really quickly while we wait for people to come in, and we'll just chat about... Oh, look, I am at really good timing at 158 resin. Look at that. That's nice. Now that we can just chat while we, kind of, you know, knock off the dailies. Yeah. And if you hear crunching and things like that, it's because dogs are eating and they are loud and they like to eat right next to me. So that's a thing too. They'll be done in a second. But yeah, man. Okay, so, full disclosure, I have done some of Enkanomiya. So what I've done so far is I have done, let's see, I've done the primary quest, and I've done I've done a few of the world quests. I haven't done all of them. Like, I haven't found all the books yet, for example. Oops. I gotta actually, like, pay attention, don't I? Hey, mean. Oh, there goes the thing. Yeah, right, okay. Readjusting brain for high ping. That's gonna be a thing. Yeah, okay, so I have done some of the world quests. I haven't found all the books or anything yet. I definitely haven't explored everywhere. I've barely done anything with chests. Oh, hi. Barely done anything with chests. Let's see, what else have I done? I haven't found the Sun Children. So I haven't done that. I haven't explored the optional islands at all. But I have unlocked all the teleport waypoints just to make life easier, because that seemed like a good idea. Why do they always bring up, like, Geospecters when I'm running Geo teams? It's super annoying. Okay, hey. Ping, ping, my natural enemy. Yep. Yep, this is how it goes. So I had wanted to at least clear, like, some of it, because I knew that there would be some interesting scenes that I wanted to record and everything, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that, on stream, because, as you can see, streaming and me have a complex relationship. Like, you know, the fact that we can just do, like, 100 million damage while, not actually moving. Because it's all delayed. Yeah, we gotta fix something really quick. Hang on. If my commissions are gonna be this much of a pain in the ass, I can't have that. So let's wanna fix something here. I gotta fix something real quick. Okay, that should help. The amount of loopholes I have to jump through just to get this to run is just ridiculous sometimes. One day, I will be in a place where the fiber actually runs past my house. And, you know, I can make use of it. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah, okay, that's better. That's much better. I can live at, like, 200 ping. That sounds fine. That sounds absolutely fine. Okay, yeah. So I wanted to at least get some of those things out of the way, because I didn't want to, like, miss being able to record. Really? Levi, really? You really want to do this now? No, he's just like, I'm going to drink an entire bucket of water right now. I'm just gonna wait for him to be done. I don't even know if you guys can hear that.
Advance. Who wants some of this?
Come back here. Oh, he's getting pushed. Oh, well, that's not fun.
Can't catch me.
That's not fun. Here. Yep. Okay, he's done. We're good. We're good. We're good. It's all over. It's all over. It's fine. I have people ask me, like, if I stream on Twitch and stuff, and it's just, like, it's so funny to me, because, like, the idea of trying to stream something on Twitch when this is what I have to work with is just kind of ridiculous to me. I know most people don't know that, but it's just, it amuses me. I want ley line branches. Do you drop anything? Can I? Oh wait, I don't want that. Goodbye. It's fine. I don't need them that much. Your ping is always 53 or 999. There's no in between. Yeah, so what I learned about DSL when I was talking to my internet guy about, like, how to increase my speed, even though I'm kind of capped at, like, what my actual speed can be, just because of you know, the distance between me and the office. He said you can technically do something called double bonded internet, where you have, like, 2 internet pipes coming out of your house. I say the word pipe, which is not accurate, but, like, I think of internet in terms of... There goes the other one. Penny, please. Why? Oh my god. Like, if you have one pipe coming out of your house, there's only so much water that can flow through it, right? Well, that's the same thing for internet. So if you only have, like, one connection coming out of your house, there's only so much that can come out of it, right? So if you double bond your internet, it's basically like just opening up a second pipe, so when one gets clogged and stuff, with all the data going through, it automatically swaps to the next one. And that can really help alleviate the inconsistencies, I guess, between your speeds. Because what was happening to me is I would try to upload like a 10 megabyte file and the thing would just quit. Did I do 3 out of 4? And it was the most aggravating thing because I was like trying to do actual work that I get paid for. And I couldn't even upload files, and I'm like, I am the digital head here. I need to be able to do this. They wouldn't let me. So now I can do that. That's funny. I thought I did this. I thought I did this one. Can you get this one multiple times? The foodie one? Interesting. We've been eating our way. What else is needed in this dish? I have no idea, but we'll say salt. Okay, definitely haven't done this. In Tianshan meat, I'm gonna guess. Dry-flavored skewer. I don't know. I don't remember any of these. Think I cook often? Interesting. Maybe it's new. I don't know. Okay. This is all I really wanted to do before we head off. I just wanted to get my commissions out of the way so I didn't forget about them, because that has happened before. And it's very embarrassing when you forget about your commissions. Unless you're a whale. I guess it's not that embarrassing if you're a whale. It's like, who cares about my commissions? I can just buy gems because I still got some monies. But it's like, I still want my gems. I still want my free gems. Okay. That is something I still want. Okay. So we are going to the Enkaland, which means, don't ask why she's here. We don't ask questions. I don't know. What do I want to? I guess. Yeah. I guess I want to do this one. It froze. No, we good. Okay, cool. Alright, we off. Legos, somewheres. Alright. I have absolutely no idea where to begin. Okay, so actually let's just warp in for a minute. And yeah. There is so much to digest in this place, and like not even from the books and the dialogue and everything, but just like the design of this place, you know? A lot of the actual visual inspiration, some of the things that are happening here, like a lot of it's bizarre. Like one of my biggest issues with Enkanomiya so far is that I cannot piece together the timeline at all. I am so confused. And I don't mean like order of events. Order of events makes sense to me. I'm fine with that. Like it's actually presenting the order of events in a very logical and sensible manner and very explicitly, which I do appreciate. But like the span of time between the events is so nonsensical that I absolutely cannot fathom what's happening. Can I climb that? No, I can't. I can't get up high enough. Or maybe I can. I bet I can. I want to climb this. I want to see if I can. Can I? No. Wait. Come back here. I want to... Come on. I want to see if I can climb these things. No. Okay. See? You're not supposed to climb those. Which is really, it's so weird. So weird. This is also one of the only places in the game where someone's singing at you, like, in the background. The only other place is in the loading screen. Otherwise, people don't sing in, like, the surrounding music. So, like, the only thing I can think of when I'm here is that time is absolutely bonkers. Or time is stopped. One of the two. And I'm actually leaning towards time is stopped. Oh yeah, Storm Terrors does have singing too, but that one's also weird because Storm Terror doesn't have battle music. Like, it's only that song, and that is it. That is the only song you get. So it's the loading screen, Enkanomiya's and Evernight, and then Storm Terror. That's it. I'm pretty sure that is it. There's no other place where they play, like, singing music. Do you need to go outside? Do you have to poop? Is that what's going on here? Is that why? Okay, hang on. I'll let this guy keep you company for a second. I have to throw them outside so that they can empty their chutes. You want to go out? Do you? Yeah? Okay, go. Okay, that's enough. I'm back. Now let me ask you guys a question. All right, let me ask you a question as I sit back down and try and squeeze back into like little mini makeshift sound booth that I built because I wanted to pretend I had blanket forts. Let me ask you guys a question. How far have you gotten? How spoilery is anything? Vivi, the singing during Boreas's battle, I'm not counting battle themes. I'm only counting overworld right now. Because the overworld is the kind of thing that bugs me. Okay, so most of you have finished this, which means you're farther along than me. But I still... I'm not actually behind on the lore here, even though I haven't completed most of this, because I did actually read through most of the text dump that happened during preload. For those of you who don't know, we often, like, when you can download the actual game files, like 3 days before the actual patch releases, usually we get a data mine with all the actual text that gets used to, you know, do stuff with. So we can usually read a lot of stuff out of context, like 2 or 3 days in advance. And that's kind of it. And I like to get a head start because it takes me a long time to complete things. And that means I can stay on top of things. So I'm actually not as behind on the lore as it might look. It's just that, like, I'm kind of confused now, having seen a lot of the text I've read in context, you know? So, like, one thing I've done is I have read all of the books, even though I only have, like, 2 in my inventory. I have read them all. But I'm still very confused about them. Like, one thing that I can't quite figure out is how long this civilization was a thing. This is an incredibly confusing topic to me. Because, like, alright, hear me out. And I've ranted about this on Twitter once already. I'm gonna do it again, because I'm probably gonna do it like 5 more times. But... they said that Enka sunk before gods roamed the land, right? So that gives us like a rough estimate of when this place would have first sank beneath the surface, right? So if I think about it, the first god that we know of is Zhongli. He's said to be at least 6,000 years old. That's when he descended, according to Ganyu, right? Which means that Enkanomiya probably fell 6,000 years ago, with the people on it, okay? Now, since it fell 6,000 years ago, there's a span of 3,000 years that we actually have to account for. So... See, the Archon War itself was about 2,500, 3,000 years ago, okay? So because it was like 2,500, 3,000 years ago-ish, depending on where you are, like, we have this issue with Orobashi because he fled the Archon War to the Dark Sea and ended up down here where he was discovered. And when he was discovered, he helped these people overturn the rule of the Sun Children, right? So he marked the end of the Sun Children. So that means that between the time when Enkanomiya sank and when Orobashi found them, there was about 3,000 years that passed. However, oh my god, Chongyun, please. Just give me the rocks, man. What I can't quite reconcile here is that the Sun Children were killed as children, which means that if there were 7 of them and they only lived to, say, you know, let's be reasonable at around 10 years old, right? That only gives them a reign of about 70 years. So now I still have, like, 2,930 years to account for.
From whence you came.
And, like, I get confused. Because it said that a sage, which we assume is Abraxas, or Abrax, I guess I should call him, had seen the sun before, which meant that he was around when Enkanomiya sank 6,000 years ago. But Abrax was also the one that made the sun here, the Dainichi, or the Helios, or whatever you want to call it, right? And since he made the sun, and he was basically, like, hailed as this really important person for such a long time, and then the Sun Children come along, right? And he died near the sometime during the Sun Children's reign. So that means that he's been alive for at least 3,000 years. And even then, like, we still don't know how long Orobashi was down here doing research and everything else and actually ruling as a god. Like, long enough for people to build statues in his honor, you know? So there's like another however many hundreds or thousands of years that they were down here. And I am very, very confused by this whole thing. And we can kind of date Conria a little bit, right? Because, like, we know roughly the age of Solvindignir because Solvindignir should have fallen around the time of the Archon War, right? So if it fell around the time of the Archon War and they had heard of a nation that was trying to create itself without gods, and we assume that that's Conria since Conria is the only other nation that we know of without gods, then that means that Conria is at least 2,600 years old. So Enkanomiya had to be around and still underground 2,600 years ago. And this is where I'm getting, like, really confused about the timelines. Because, like, how are these people living this long? Are you telling me that they spent 3,000 years or so, like, in the dark? I don't get it. I don't get it. How long was all this happening?
Quite the
And before anyone says something like, oh, well, they're underground, Teyvat's time doesn't apply. Actually, it does. It actually does. Because, like, if you play Rosaria, for example, right? If you... Wait, what did this do? What did you do? I'm gonna walk into this wall. Can I clip into it if I just walk here for long enough? Probably not. So I wasn't paying attention, and I did something, and that did something that didn't do anything. Okay, cool. Love it. Not thinking about puzzles right now. We're thinking about lore. Yeah, so, like, help me. Rosaria here, she has that ability called Nightwalker, right? Where she goes faster at night. Well, it changing the time in Teyvat actually changes her ability to walk around at night in Enkanomiya. So her ability is not actually tied to White Knight or Evernight, which means it's actually tied to Teyvat time, which means the two times are existing independently or coexisting. I'm not sure.
What's the hurry?
I don't like this timey-wimey bullshit, okay? I don't. I don't know what's up here, but I want to climb it. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, look, there is a thingy here. Oh my god. I think they actually want... They've only been out for like 5 minutes, and I need to let them back in again, or they're going to bark the whole time. I'll be right back while this digests. I'm just going to let you look at this place with Kaya. I have more things. I have more things to talk about. For those of you who've watched World Structure, I have things to talk about. Friends? Okay, no. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. No, yeah, have a seat. Hello. You want to sit with me? Yeah? You want to sit with me? Hi, big guy. Alright, have a seat. Have a seat. Come here. Come on. There you go. There's a Buggy. If he falls asleep, he might end up barking in his sleep, in which case you guys will hear him, which would be kind of cute. Ah, yes, you're a big fluffy thing. Yeah, I know, hi. Yep, okay, that's my lap. Yep, don't sit there. You're big. Yep, big pup. Okay. Levi, please, stop it! Oh my god, sit down. Oh my god. Alright. I don't think you can ride the manta rays. I think people have tried.
Come on, let's get moving. We're not frozen in place after all.
Yeah, so, well, chat's fast today. Trevor saw, because Enkanomiya is considered the nether realm, could it have fallen into the Sheol? That's kind of what I'm thinking of. I'm kind of thinking that since time doesn't appear to flow the way we want it to, or the way we expect it to, I suppose is a better way to put it, I am thinking that this might be our first glimpse at the actual Sheol. Although, you gotta say, like, this place does look like a couple of the domains that we've seen.
Seems all the other knights already have the...
Like, if, which one is it? The Mondstadt, weapon ascension material domain, the one with all the water. This place reminds me of that. Like, a lot. I think about that a lot. I don't think the Sun Children were spread out over several hundred years because there is a quest where you meet one of their caretakers and she took care of at least 2 of them. So unless she's 200 years old, I don't think that happened. Okay, so if you haven't watched my world structure theory video, I'll give you a really quick summary on like the what you need to know here, because it kind of helps put this place in context. So, the basic theory that I had placed out was that Genshin is probably built on some amount of Hebrew cosmology, which means that it's kind of like a bubble universe. If you play Honkai, there's, oh my god, these things take forever to wake up.
Time to act. Submit for judgment.
It took the entire duration of Chongyun's skill for this thing to friggin' wake up. So, Hebrew cosmology basically says that, you know, the land is like this big flat piece of land, and it's floating in the waters of the deep, these deep abyssal waters, and that God erected a firmament to separate the waters from the sky so that people could live there effectively. I am paraphrasing, so like if you are pretty well versed in biblical cosmology, you'll probably be like, no, that's not entirely right. And yeah, you're right, it's not entirely right. But for the purposes of this, it's fine. Now, one of the things about this model is that there is actually like a space inside of the Earth, because it doesn't really say that the Earth had a core necessarily. It says that it has something called the Sheol, which is basically like the underworld, but it's really more like a cavern, right? That exists. It's more like a cavern that exists within. I feel like I should just pull up a friggin' image of it. Oh, I'm gonna get really confused here. If you had a flat Earth, right? Like, not like a flat as a coin flat, but like flat as in like cone-shaped. So you'd be living on the round flat surface of the cone, and then like there'd be like this long pillar going downwards. It's more like that. And then there's like a dome going over the top, which makes up the sky. And then there's the waters above the firmament, and then there's the waters below the firmament. And that's basically how the world functions. And then obviously like heaven exists beyond the firmament. So like there's an additional space up there that no one knows what it looks like or anything. But like the Sheol is considered the netherworld. It's like the land of the spirits or the land of the dead. And it is inside of this flat earth kind of model-y kind of thing. But what's interesting here is that the Sheol isn't pictured as being like hellfire and brimstone. It's depicted as like a cold, dark cave like this, like a bottomless cave kind of thing, right? And beneath the Sheol, which is underneath the abyssal waters, right? There are things called the foundations of Earth, and they are shaped like that. Like you see these like cone shapes going downwards? That's what they're shaped like. And that bothers me. Because like I feel like we're actually looking at like just the bottom of Teyvat as it floats inside some waters. Which is also kind of weird because like we're inside of a bubble underwater right now. Because like there's air. Like we can breathe, right? So we're not actually like in water, but like we're surrounded by water. So there's some sort of weird barrier going on here. But there is a river Styx in here, which definitely pushes the whole netherworld thing, you know? And, yep, there's the Wither Leave, too. That is definitely here. That is here. There's so much here. And then, so I'm wondering, like, because it's the Sheol, like, time probably doesn't need to flow. Because things aren't supposed to live down here. Keyword is not supposed to. And yet, here we are. However, I want to point something out about something that's really annoying the crap out of me. We're going to go up here for a bit. This is annoying the crap out of me. Okay, so everywhere we go, everything's blue. Everything's pale, right? And that's because it's, you know, grows in the dark. Grows in the light of the Helios over there, right? And then we just get this. We get these. Like all of a sudden we get these spots where it's like bright friggin' green and looks like we should be in Mondstadt. Or Inazuma. You know?
What's the hurry?
Let me take care of this thing really quick and then I'll continue my thought because I have magpie brain and I can't always stay on topic while I do this because I get distracted. Lame magpie brain. Okay, stay dead. Oh wait, that one's not. Hi. Hi, friend. Well,
Rain outlines your fate. Huh? Let me leave you.
Dodge this.
Submit for judgment. Force my blade.
okay, I'm ready. I'm good. I can stay on topic now. Okay, so this really irritates me because like there's this big round pond. There's this whole area of neon green grass compared to everywhere else. And then, if you look up... sorry, we have to look at Kaya's butt. All of this goes up to the friggin' time tunnel. And yeah, that is a time tunnel. That's what they're called. Which is really weird, because there are 3 of these and there are 3 time tunnels, and anywhere there's a time tunnel, there is bright green frickin' grass everywhere. You see that? You see? And those are ghost fish. I don't understand ghost fish. They don't look like ghosts to me, but they move in packs of 3 and it's bothersome. But this drives me crazy. Like, why is it that time tunnels have things that grow normally beneath them? Like, this is all normal. Like, you can't find this stuff anywhere else here. So does that mean, like, natural light is somehow coming down from the sky? Or does that mean that in this one spot, time actually flows? I don't understand. I'm so upset. Oh, hey! Fencer, thank you for the super chat. If this is the underworld of Tevat, then does that mean the Dragonair is the snake from the from the heck? From the heck?
I didn't know you were such a
Snake from the heck. I don't know what that means. What's a snake from the heck? Do you mean like the Hymn of the Pearl? Okay, so from my understanding, there are considered to be 3 worlds in Tevat, which lines up with a couple other things that we've seen so far. There is the human world, the realm of the dark, and then the realm of light. So this is technically the realm of the dark. This is the Vishup's realm. And Vishup just means dragon in Armenian. I don't know what it's Armenian for dragon, Vishup, which means that this is technically the dragon's realm, the underrealm, right? And we know a little bit about this because Ajdaha is considered like the Earth Dragon King, which means he technically is from this nether realm. And if I remember correctly, we've now discovered that Vishups go blind as they get older because they don't need sight. And Ajdaha was said to be blind, and Zhongli gave him eyes. So that was a thing, you know? And so he must have been from, like, down here, which meant that Zhongli dug down, like, a very long ways to find Ajdaha. Like, a very, very long ways to find him. Oh, hello. What happens if I hit this? What a tease! Let me see how it is. I see how it is. I see how it is. There's all sorts of puzzles. I don't want to do puzzles right now. I want to talk about lore. Whatever. I don't want to do this right now. Anyway, so the realm of humans is Tevat, right? That's where we all live. It's technically a light-ish realm or whatnot. And then we have the realm of light, which is where the primordials were said to have come from, I think. Or at least the realm of the gods, I guess? I don't really understand that one too well yet. I need to look more into it. Ow. That was mean.
No, my sword.
Very mean. Come on.
Witness the power of the wild.
I want to make a DPS Xingqiu at some point. Sorry, I got distracted. So anyway, like, there's basically 3 levels to this whole thing. And it seems like somehow, for some reason that I'm still not entirely clear on yet, these 3 realms kind of got mixed up. and the light realm and the human realm kind of like are mixed together a bit. Ghost fish. Hello. Hello, fishies. Where are we going? Where are we going, fishies? I am ascending! This is like the weirdest sensation. Like, where are they taking me? Where are these fish taking me? I feel like I'm being kidnapped. Does that mean Ajdaha is not a god, and what does that make Dvalin? I don't know. I really don't know. Thank you for your second super chat, by the way. I feel like what the issue we're gonna be having is that we don't really know how to define a god at this point. Like, there's talk about the 7 dragon kings, of which it appears Ajdaha was one of them, right? But we don't know if a dragon king is technically a god, or if they're considered like a god to the humans, or if they're considered a god just like within the Bishop realm, or like that's where I'm not sure about what's going on. Like, there's so much weirdness here. Also, here's another question. If the Sun Children were fed to the Helios while they were still children, why are all of them, like, so adept at these certain tasks? Like, why is this guy, right? Why is Isu here? Why is he boating? If he was a child, does he really, like, go off just boating randomly? They let kids do that? Is it, they're just, like, are they just fine with that? I guess so. One of them's, like, really into fortune telling. Another one's really into, like, medicine? I'm trying to think of, like, 10 and 12-year-olds I know of that actually want to be into medicine. Beyond just, like, I carry around a ton of band-aids, and I'm gonna pretend to be a nurse. And I guess different times and stuff, I don't know. It just feels weird. It just feels super weird. Like, super, super weird. Hey, Kishshot, thank you for the super chat. Can't wait for the Enkanomiya lore videos. Yeah, I can't either. It'll be a friggin' trip. That's what they're gonna be. Absolute trip. Look, this bugs me so much. I don't like it. No, you're fine, Lily. I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need comforting, but you can cuddle with me. That's okay. Hi. Yes, you're a good boy. Yeah, come chill with me. Come on, sit. Sit your fluffy butt down. There you go. There's my boy. There's my boy. Alright. I have seen some people suggest that the Sun Children are, like, similar, or that they represent the Archons. I don't know about that. I'm not the biggest fan of that theory. Mostly because it only works for, like, a couple of them. So I guess if it had to match any of them, it would have to match only the original Archons. And so there's really not a lot that we can... We just can't do a whole lot with the parallels, right? Because we only have 2 of the original Archons. Because even A isn't the original Archon. Her sister was. And her sister had very different ideas and preferences than A does. So trying to make those parallels is just really difficult, I feel. And so I'm that's the reason why I'm not, like, the biggest fan of that theory. I do think there's some merit to it, but I think there are supposed to be more parallels than, like, direct references. Like, I don't think they are supposed to be the souls of the Archons or whatnot. Because, like, Zhongli already existed, for example, before Enkanomiya well, around the time that Enkanomiya sunk. And so, like, he would have existed for, like, 3,000 years at least before the Sun Children were even a thing. So I don't think that's plausible, you know. It still bothers me. Like, I'm not quite sure why they're going for such deliberate parallels. However, I do want to point something out that I was talking to a friend of mine about on the Conria Discord server, and she was saying that, like, all of the names so far, or at least a good chunk of the names so far of the Sun Children, were all names of Greek people who were included on the Argonaut. Like, Jason and the Argonauts, you know, the quest for the Golden Fleece, right? Right, that guy? Because Orpheus was on it. I think Isu was on it. I forget his name. There's a few others. Like, we could at least name, I think, 4 that were also from Jason and the Argonauts. And there is reference to something called the people who eat lotuses, or like a lotus-eating people, in Enkanomiya. And believe it or not, Jason and the Argonauts did run into a race of people that ate lotuses, and because of their narcotic properties, they were like blissful and all that other kind of stuff. Like they didn't have any worries at all, and they didn't subscribe to the suffering of the world, I guess is what I should say. They were just high all the time. Oh yeah, how am I supposed to get up there, Mr. Seeley? Hey, that was mean.
Clouds high, the birds call. Submit for judgment.
Dum 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 dum.
How fortunate.
So Enkanomiya basically like opens up this whole new can of worms when it comes to mythologies that we should be looking at and characters that we should be looking at, because they're basically like blatantly labeling these characters with real names. So like we can make exact comparisons, and it's kind of messing with my head. And it also means that we need to start being really oh, I missed that one. We need to start being really suspicious of basically any character in the game that has a Greek reference. Cause yeah. Eula comes to mind because of her constellation. Among others. Like, it's Pylos Peak is another one. Because Pylos basically means like it's what you call a pointy hat in Greek. It's a very particular kind of hat that they wore. But that just makes me think about, like, the only other pointy hat I really associate, right, is with witches. Because witches wear these big pointy hats, and so all I can think of is like Musgrave being a witch's, the tip of the witch's hat. So that's a thing now, I guess. But it makes it really suspicious because it's named after a Greek thing, and we're in the Netherworld, and the Netherworld is apparently entirely Greek. Oh, man. My lore brain. My lore brain is suffering. Like, actually suffering. It's so painful. Yeah, okay, so here's... Oh, you guys want to go down, like, a real rabbit hole? I went down this rabbit hole on Twitter. Some of you maybe have seen it already. Yeah, okay, so we're talking about witches with Pylos Peak, right? Talking about the Hexenzirkel. Well, the one confirmed member of the Hexenzirkel we have is named Alice, who is Klee's mom. And there happens to be a character mentioned in Volume 5 of these Enkanomiya books named Eris. Now, Eris is a Greek goddess of discord and chaos and things like that, right? And it's noteworthy here because, see, Eris has her Inazuman name written as Arisu, which is exactly how you spell Alice in Japanese. Same characters, same pronunciation, like everything is the same. And so now we're like, oh wait, is Alice actually supposed to be Eris? Which would mean that Eris is a member of the Hexenzirkel, and she's also considered a really long-lived species, right? A really long-lived species like Klee. And she likes to sow discord. And Eris was associated not just with discord, but with golden apples of discord. One golden apple was something that Eris cast and used it to start a war. And that golden apple war is what resulted in the death of Ajax, which just so happens to be child's name. I'm just going to explore at random, by the way. So Ajax dies in a war that Eris starts by using golden apples. And Alice, you know, our first encounter with Alice is at the Golden Apple Archipelago. So if you guys want to get like really tinfoil hatty, we can get really tinfoil hatty. But yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing. So you guys see why this might take me a while to like actually get some proper Enkanomiya videos out, because like there's a lot here. Okay, there's a lot here to sift through and so much to like try and piece together. It's gonna take a while. Now here's the thing. You know how I was talking earlier about Abrax possibly being like 3,000 years old at least? Or that the Sun Children have, you know, they were sacrificed as children, and therefore should like maybe only have existed in like a 70-year span, realistically, right? Remember that? Well, remember that Alice says she and Klee are from a very long-lived race. That implies that she could be from a race that ages at a different rate. And it means that if Alice is also Eris, it implies that Abrax could also be of the same race as Eris and could have very well have been 3,000 years old, realistically. Did he just, like, attack me through Frozen? That's not cool. I don't approve of this. And it also means that the Sun Children may still have been sacrificed as children, but it might just be that they age at different rates, so maybe to become a child, or to outgrow being a child, maybe it had to be 700 years. Then things might start adding up a little in terms of like matching timelines. Yeah, see, in the case of like Kokomi, right, she comes from a bloodline of people that wanted to bury the past, and so she would have probably crossbred with Inazumans and things like that. And obviously there's problems with this, and it's possible that like not every Enkanomiyan was actually an elf, or like they might not have all been long-lived. It might have been that some of them were long-lived. So maybe Abrax and Eris and things like that, they were long-lived. But like the bulk of Enkanomiyans were not. That's possible too. They could have just been normal humans for the most part. I really want to make a DPS Shinto, but I can't think of a good team for him.
Fascinating.
Sorry, I'm still kind of like a little distracted. Also, my brain needs a second to, like, not think about things. We don't know how old Klee is. Okay, but here's the funny thing, okay, right? So we know Albedo is, like, less than 500 years old, right? But if Klee is actually from a long-lived species that ages at a slightly different rate, and if she has any connection whatsoever with the Sun Children, that means that it's actually possible that Albedo is her little brother and not her older brother. I know they're adopted, but, like, you know what I mean, right? I've already been in here. What am I doing here? But that would be really funny. Why not? Wait, what did you say? Like, why not Kaching, Klee, and Chongyun? Because they don't have a Kaching. So like there's some mind screwery. I was gonna say something else. There's some mental frickle frackles that could possibly be happening here that I'm not really into, and it's kind of hard to figure out what. It's kind of hard to get my thoughts in order on them. Like I'm still really confused about the timelines and everything else. Like something doesn't add up. And I'm also wondering who the first and the second thrones are at this point, because like we know that there were some wars that broke out, but we don't know who won the wars. Like we can speculate, but we don't actually know. And there's the whole deal with Fanes and her shades and all of that, and the thing is I actually think that relates to the Pale Princess and the Six Pygmy books, but most of those volumes are still not available, even though they've been data mined for like almost a year. Like they're in the game, but you just can't access them. So I can't even talk about those theories until those come out, you know, which is really annoying. Like, let me talk about this stupid book. It's so cryptic anyway. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Spirit blade, attack! Into the wind.
You just like to make me suffer. Mihoyo just likes to watch us suffer. They're like, oh wait, they're catching on. Okay, hang on. I got this. We're gonna give this huge lore bomb and distract them from what's really important. There's another time tunnel. Look at it. Smug little bastard. Staring at me. Anyway, I digress. It's a statue. Okay, I will say though, this is the first time we've really seen emphasis put on a cup, which I think is very interesting because I've been able to kind of like link two of the three items from the Ark of the Covenant to Genshin, but I hadn't been able to do the cup yet. And so now seeing cups like this, I know I can't actually like do anything here, but I want to get closer to the statue. So now seeing cups like this, I'm like wondering if that's the third thing that I haven't been able to link yet, which would be really cool. Because there is talk now of an arc opening. That's another thing. Which is really cool for world structure, because it means that we're at least, like, somewhat on the right path. Oh, look, this needs, like, a bunch of Sealies. Do we want to go hunting for Sealies? Do we want to do that? I guess we can. One is that way. But might be down here. I don't even know where I am. I'm just wandering around in circles. I haven't been to, like, any of these places, as you can see. I've barely had time to play. A bowl is a cup. Yes, yes it is. That's true. Oh man, there are so many questions in here that I'm sorry if I'm not answering them. I can't really keep up and play at the same time. So here's another one. There's a place where the light is normal again. Okay, wait, we're gonna look up. If we look up, you see there's something coming from up there, right? But there's no time tunnel here. But there might be one later. In fact, I'll argue that there probably is one. We just can't see it yet, because we couldn't see the other ones either until you do the quest.
Time to act.
What if I wanted to keep the unagi as a pet? What if I wanted to use its eyes? Like, why do I only get the meat from it? Kind of like me asking, why do we have like 5 types of lizards if we can only ever get 1 type of lizard tail? That's silly. Is there anything from Enkanomiya that can help us understand more what is shown in the Gnostic Chorus cutscene from the Battle Pass? Yes. To a degree. So this is not the right Sealy. But we got to test anyway. Cool. I'm cool with that.
Like this may prove useful when purging evil spirits.
Yeah, okay, so let's warp. Let's warp. Alright. I need to get a certain distance away here. Okay, actually this is a very bad location to do this in. I see. Let's go over here. Alright, you see this? This castle? I know it's not actually a castle. I know it's like, you know, like a tower. But the way that this is constructed on one singular floating island looks a lot like the castle from the Battle Pass. So it makes you wonder if this was constructed in the image of something else. You know what I mean? That's what I've been thinking. Which makes me think that Abrax actually, you know, knew something about, like, the first throne. I think that's possible. It's interesting because in Gnostic mysticism, Abrax is not only a demon, but he's also considered, like, a type of god. He's a really complicated character in Gnostic mythology. So, I don't know. I just think there's more to him. He'll come back.
Quite the find.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse.
No, I haven't finished the Enkanomiya quests yet. I've barely done anything, but I've read most of the stuff involved. I just haven't seen a lot of it in context yet. Oh, I'm just struggling to kind of piece these things together because I don't know what they mean, but like, I feel like this is one of those situations where Genshin is giving us information like kind of not really prematurely, but again without context.
What's the
Like when we did the Ajdaha quest, right? Like when we first talked to him and everything, like a lot of the stuff that he says didn't make any sense. Like it just sounded like the ramblings of an old man. But if you go back and read the dialogue from the characters in those scenes, it puts it in an entirely new light. Like it's a completely different perspective. And you start realizing that, you know, things were definitely not the way we thought they were. Especially in the context of bishops and, like, you know, testing things about bishops and all of that. And it's like what's also really weird is like some of these lamps actually have words written on them and you can like read them. I still haven't quite figured out why I can read lamps. That seems like a weird skill. Bye. Oh, what's this? This looks complicated.
freeze?
Oh. Wait.
No, my sword.
This seems to be the right position. What? What? Okay. I mean, thanks for the hint, I guess, game? Kinda weird, but thanks. Weird. Okay, so we've got a day talk. I guess we're doing puzzles now. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, see... Oh wait, you can just hit them and not use skills? I thought you had to use skills. Oh, okay. Well, I learned something new. See, I have not spent much time here yet. The thing that interests me about Orobashi is the blood coral. Because, like, Orobashi is apparently a god from the human realm. So he's not supposed to have, like, elemental properties in the traditional sense. And the blood coral I find rather confusing. For now. Hi, Snake Man! I'm gonna stand on your head. This is a labyrinth of snake statues. Oh wait, this is where I came from. Never mind. Yeah, wasn't paying attention. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I know how to play games. It's okay. These are... Yeah. How is to fall down the hole and then run around some more. Hello, Mr. Snakey. Is there anything here? No? I'm just running around looking at a lot of snake statues. Okay. Adonis! Oh no, we're doing this later. I don't want to do this right now. I did not stream the Archon quest, but I have done the Archon quest. I don't tend to stream quests, because I like to record them. So, yeah. So I will probably, do this later. We're just gonna mark this down. Man, you want to keep track of Greek family trees? Like, go ahead, man. That's tough stuff. I don't know. Not me. Oh, wait. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. Hey, come back. I want to go back around. Okay, so we have a shortcut here now, which is cool. I like shortcuts. Shortcuts are great. I don't want to talk to the spirit. Can we just... I just want to see what's over here, though. If anything. Or have we already been here? Oh, this is where we entered. Okay, I see how it is. That was just the shortcut to get in? Mm-hmm. Okay, we good. Understood. Understood. Oh my god. Get me out of here. Cool. I will come back to that later. We're not doing that right now because I cannot put another piece of information in my brain at the moment. I don't want to. Will I do a theory on Osile, Aegidaha, or Havria? No, probably not. Aegidaha, maybe, yeah. Probably Aegidaha. I would probably do one for Aegidaha. I will probably do one for Aegidaha. Yeah. Just because Aegidaha has a lot to do with the bishops, and the bishops are actually turning out to be quite important, so I will probably do something on Aegidaha. Osile, I don't really have any interest in right now. Like, I know we now know he had a wife, which is Feist. And that's cool. But outside of that, I don't have a lot of information about him, and I certainly don't have enough to create an interesting theory. However, for all of you child enjoyers, does this spear look familiar? Lemonade, thank you for the super chat. Blood coral originates from the Mediterranean Sea. It's Greek. Interesting. Interesting. I'll look into that. I did not know it was a real thing. I don't know what has me in their sights, but hey, again, hey, child enjoyers, does this spear look that, familiar? Because it should. This is basically, like, very similar to Child's weapon designs.
What's the hurry?
It's very similar to Child's weapon designs. Oh, it's you little bum.
Submit for judgment. Freeze.
I didn't mean to use my burst there, but whatever. Wes, thank you for the super chat. Do you think you'll get better at internet in the future? I hope so. What's annoying is that I actually have the best internet I can purchase right now. Like, literally, I have the best internet package I can get in my area. The holdup is actually that the office, if you don't know how internet works, effectively, like, you've got lines running from your house to the power lines, and the power lines go to, like, a relay station, and that relay station is called the office. It's this, like, big white box that's on really large telephone poles and power lines. The office that I am connected to, that my road is connected to, is the oldest one in the region. Literally every other office except mine has been upgraded. Now the good news is that a lot of the
Seems all the other knights already have their.
a lot of the stuff that happened because of lockdown and because of COVID has really pushed people in my area to go for better rural broadband access, which means upgrading a lot of networks and stuff. So I think the answer to the question is yes, I will be getting better internet, and I'm hoping it's sooner rather than later because it's a pretty easy thing for them to adjust. And we're getting really good funding for it, which is kind of the big deal.
Freeze.
You know.
One with wind and cloud.
Doing all the way over here. So yeah, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Fascinating.
Because yeah, like I said, I have the best internet package I can get right now. Like, I have the maximum. And I do this for work, and I call my ISP every week, and I'm like, hey, so, you gonna upgrade my box, or what? And they're like, oh, no, you can't do that. And it's like, oh, you're gonna do it eventually. And then you'll be happy, because I'll stop calling you. Jerks. My ISP is jerks, mostly. Oh, I see someone in here has not done the Archon quest. I should probably put a disclaimer on these videos that says, or these streams that say, hey, spoilers are gonna be in here. But, I mean, I guess technically you're watching a lore enthusiast stream Genshin, so you should kind of come here with that in mind. Let's be real. Child has multiple weapons. He has his water blade daggers. He has a pole arm if he's in his electro form, and he has the bow. So here's something interesting that I bet you guys didn't know. This is Orobashi. You see him? You see the snake? You see the blood coral? That means Orobashi has a human form. Yeah, you see the snake? You see the scales? Tell me you guys see that. You see it, right? He's a snake man. He's a naga. No, Orobashi is a he as far as I know. Not that it matters, but... But yeah, he's got the whole snake body going on. Magic lantern, blood coral, hooded figure. Yeah. So, yep. Yep. Good shit. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. Yep. That's what that statue's of. If you don't look closely, you won't notice the snake body. Which is kind of unfortunate because it's kind of the cool part about it. Hello, Miss Seeley. May I follow you? May I trouble you for a treasure chest? You have to check every lamp because some of them have words. And that one needs a key that I need something else for. And I don't have the key. It's interesting that this fish here is present all over Watatsumi too. Although I'm I don't know what it actually represents, the fish. Because there's ghost fish down here, and I'm wondering what the ghost fish are, if they're referencing, like, this weird fish that we see everywhere, because it's kind of a similar shape. It's very confusing. It's very confusing. Lily, what are you doing all the way over there?
What's the hurry?
Being a dog owner is a bit like... Hi.
From whence you came, a touch of frost.
Wanting to cuddle with the pups, but then them not wanting to cuddle with you, but then you not wanting to cuddle with the pups, but then them being like, oh, it's cuddle time. And then, yeah. You're never in sync. You're never in sync. That's the thing. I see rocks. I want rocks. I need so many rocks. I've leveled 2 spears to 90 this week. I am hurting for ore. Although it's going to be a long ass time before I need it again. To be fair. Yeah, so, this is kind of a better... Yeah. Hello, Mr. Snake. Goodbye, Mr. Snake. We go somewhere else now. I want to go somewhere else. Like, somewhere else. Let's go to Evernight Temple. Let's run around here for a while. I did not pull for Shenhe. And also, for those of you asking, I am not pulling for Yaimiko either. My account is basically complete until Scaramouche becomes playable, if he ever becomes playable. And if he doesn't, then I'll need some other character to fulfill my Murder Munchkin, needs. Because, you know, every account needs a Murder Munchkin. But yeah, I actually honestly don't need to summon for literally anything until Scar shows up. Oh, there's a lot of you. Oh dear.
Swift and merciful. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. Up to frostbite.
I framed my way out of this. Yep.
Spirit wing, attack.
All better. That could have gone better, though. I didn't time Kazuha very well.
Brings a smile to my face.
Did not time him very well. That's okay. Where do you think the Seelie civilization fits on the timeline? Okay, so Seelie civs existed around the same time as the Moon Sisters, so the real challenge here isn't so much figuring out when the Seelies existed, but figuring out where the Moon Sisters were in comparison with Thanes. That's what we need to figure out. I'm not sure what they were, you know, like where they fall in that way.
Time to go.
I'm trying to figure out, like, are the Moon Sisters considered part of the first throne? Oh, hi.
Submit.
Oops.
Swift and merciful.
Rain outlines your fate.
Free.
Oh, wrong button. That happens.
You'll be frozen.
I did not need that. Oh well. Let's not fight anything for a while, because Xingqiu takes a while to actually, like, heal. Investigate? What am I... Oh. There's a box with Mora. Gotcha. I see. Xingqiu takes a while to heal. Do I think we'll see any gods outside of the Archons that'll walk alongside the mortals? Probably not. Reason being is because most of them supposedly died in the Archon War or fled to the Dark Sea like Orobashi, and apparently a lot of them have met some very grim fates. So I'm inclined to think that we probably won't see that many. Like, we've seen Osile. He counts, right? Osile definitely counts. But I don't know that we'll see them in the same capacity that we see the Archons. Like, I don't know that they'll become playable or even options for that. Maybe. It'd be really cool if they did. I just don't think they will. They really want to put a huge emphasis on the vision users. And we're like 18 months into the game. And they're still kind of focusing on just vision users, so I'm not entirely convinced that, you know, they'll do much beyond that. I don't know if Fanes is part of like, this is the whole thing that I don't know. I don't really understand the first and second throne thing. Like, I don't understand who's technically included and not included in that. Like, we know Fanes was a thing, and then Fanes split into shades of himself or herself. Itself. I don't remember. But I don't know what those shades are, or where they are, or what they entail, or when it happened. Because, like, the way certain things are written, it kind of sounds like Celestia was the coming of the second throne, or, like, there were some things that were the second throne, but then, like, Fanes won. And then Fanes would be Celestia from there on. But I don't know. I feel like we're missing some really important pieces. Is this my first stream? Wait, sorry, hang on. What does this say? Is this stream your first time in Enkanomiya? No, it's not my first time in Enkanomiya, but it is my first stream in Enkanomiya. I've completed some world quests, but definitely not all of them. But I have read, like, all the books. Yay for wikis. And things like that, so... I'm not behind lore-wise, but I'm behind, like, progress-wise. Oh, I'm stuck. Rip me. Let me up! Let me up! Let me up! One thing I don't like about climbing around things in Inazuma is that, like, it's always so hard to tell if I can actually climb a wall or if it decides that I don't have that right. Ow! Hey, where did you come from? Mean. Very mean. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, my head hurts. My head hurts a whole bunches. Hey, that wasn't supposed to happen. Chongers basically said, nope, don't want to do that. Okay then, fine. This is interesting, because there's a Sealy right in the middle of one of these spirally things, and the spirally thing It's usually where we find, like, the royal tombs and stuff. Wonder if that has significance. I mean, at the very least, we can say that the Seelies existed before Enkanomiya fell. We can say that, at least. So we know it predates all of this stuff. But I guess we kind of knew that, because we already knew that... But... Did I just... Oh. Oh, I see how it is. Like, is there something I actually forgot to get? Nope. It's just an ambush. Just an ambush. I like how it still says frozen, even though you didn't technically freeze it. I can reach him from all the way down here. Nice. That kick's got some real range, doesn't it? Can you imagine being like 15 years old and being able to flip around like that? I can't. And I did gymnastics as a kid.
Time to act.
Yep, we've talked about the parallels between the Sun Children and the Archons, but I still don't think it actually has a whole lot of significance for right now. This is another area where it's like super, super green and there's no reason for it. There is no time tunnel here. Like there are in the other places, but maybe there will be a time tunnel here. Maybe we can find that out because this whole area is green and not blue. Oh, that bugs me. Oh, hi. Random. What's with these things coming out of the jars? Like if I break all the jars, will more things come out of them? It's kind of fun. I want to break more jars. There's just this. There's just like this tiny little ring. There's gonna be a time tunnel. And there's gonna be ghost fish right here. You see. You'll wait. You'll see. You'll see. These time tunnels are really weird and incredibly suspicious. Why am I unable to crit anything? I just want to hit all the jars, okay? Don't judge me. Thank you for actually critting. Okay, I think I broke all the jars. Don't ask. I just wanted to break the jars, okay? Just let me have this. Let me have this. Hi, Finny. Where are you going? Oh. I see. Hello. Just dropping in to say hi.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me read you a verse. Body and mind.
Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yay! Kazuha needs HP. And Finny needs water, apparently. A lot of water. So much water. She thirsty. Aw. Oh, there's the slimes. Hi! I was almost disappointed there wasn't one there. I lost track of the Seelie, though. Where did it go? Oh, no. Where did the Seelie go? Did it go up? Oh, well, I guess we'll find it again later. I wasn't paying attention. Did you see the parallels between the new book and the KFC wings? Yeah, I wonder how much of that was intentional and how much of that is just coincidental. But I do The one thing I will say about that, that's kind of really weird, is you know, the whole Alice might being heiress thing. Well, how many of you actually remember Kaya's, or Klee's, not collected miscellaneous, her teaser? How many of you actually remember Klee's teaser? She was basically like drawing pictures with crayons and stuff. And, oh, why am I down here? What, I didn't really want to come down here, but why am I here? But what she was doing when she was, drawing those pictures with crayons is she was talking about a story that Kaya told her about how people, or monsters who look just like people, come out at night. And that she has to be really wary of them. And after running into Enjo down here, and realizing that he was a monster that could basically take the form of a human, I can't help but wonder if Kaya was also prepping Klee for this kind of thing. Like, there's so many layers of foreshadowing going on in this game that I don't really know what to do with it all. Oh, hello. There's some things here. Okay. I should mark this down on my map. Marked. What else am I doing up here? What else is there? I don't know. Probably nothing. Probably just those things. It's not nighttime, though. Not yet, anyway. Light. You gotta wonder how hot that thing is, you know? Like, that's giving off a lot of light. So much light. It's gotta be warm, right? Like I said, it warmed the whole region. So why isn't it hot when I'm near it? Why doesn't it burn me to death? Feels like it should. It's like a tiny nuclear reactor. So much heat. Alright, I have not really been paying attention. I don't know. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, we're back here again. Oh, that's right. I was looking for Celius for this thing. I got distracted. Okay, so there's a Celia over here somewhere. So maybe up there. Let's go up there. Why is Mora found in Enka chests? Did Enka have some sort of connection to the surface world? All I can remember is some envoys from Narukami. Oh, hello. Hang on.
This moment will be frozen in time.
Hang on. All better. Enkanomiya was part of the surface at one point. Like, they weren't always down here. They were a land up top that sunk. So, yeah. Yep. Although I will say it's kind of weird, the whole Mora thing, just because, like, apparently Zhongli is supposed to be the one responsible for Mora. And they're saying that, like, Enkanomiya was a... Oh, what the... Weird. They're saying that Enkanomiya kind of sunk, you know, before gods walked the earth, so that would mean that Mora somewhat predates gods, and that Zhongli probably took over the responsibility of creating Mora from something or someone? I'm not that clear on it. I don't have any seals. Well, more accurately, I don't have any of these seals. So we'll just mark this down and come back to it later when I do have some of those seals. Yeah. Alright. Well, it says there's a Celia in the complete opposite direction. Interesting that those just turn black. An elemental site. That's a really unsettling thing. Something interesting is that the Dragonairs supposedly didn't like the light, but they do come out when the light is out, when you're down here. I always wondered about that. It seems odd. Maybe not, but it feels odd. Okay, it says it's over here-ish somewhere, but I don't see one. I don't see one, so we'll just, I've been over here. What is your opinion on Ouroboros reading the book that is forbidden to read and being punished by Celestia? Will we ever find this book? I think you mean Orobashi, not Ouroboros. That is another snake. He's a real character here. But oh man, some of you probably don't remember this because it's probably been a long time. It's been a long time for me. It's been like 18 months at this point, I think. Yeah, it's about 18 months, I think. Maybe. How long has this game been out again? 1 year, November, December, January. Okay, so maybe more like 14 months since I've done the quest. Okay, so we learned from Enjo, basically, that the Abyss Order is specifically looking for books that proves that Celestia did not come from this world. They're looking for proof. And they're looking for books. And they're here in Enkanomiya because Orobashi had one of those books. And he read it. And Celestia found out and sentenced him to death. Now, if you remember, way back, AR, like, 10, right? Back in the very beginning of the game, we do quests with Lisa, the librarian, who also became really, really lazy because she discovered some sort of truth, right? And she decided that it was better to live in ignorance. And that's why she doesn't try or do anything. So she doesn't try very hard. But Lisa does take her job as a librarian very seriously. And, oh hey, I think oh, no, I didn't. Not quite. Not quite. She does take her job as a librarian very seriously, and if you remember, we followed her around to a bunch of different places in Mondstadt. Looking for books. Okay, full disclosure, I don't know how this puzzle works. Well, I mean, I kind of know how this puzzle works, I just don't know the answer to it. And then one of those books was actually in the hands of an Abyss Mage. And that book is still in our inventory. And that Abyss Mage did talk to us quite a bit about the, about did we really want to learn the truth of the riddle that was written in that book. I don't know if I'm really going to spend too much time on this, because this looks kind of like a pain in the ass to solve, and I might just do it later. I feel like I should go one more, but I don't want to. So the Abyss Order has been looking for books and for information about this truth since the very beginning of the game. That's part of the reason why they were in Mondstadt. So it's definitely worth, you know, looking at. I think I'm just turning the wrong thing. I think I had it in a good spot, actually. So yeah. Now the interesting is that the people of Enkanomiya definitely had really good record keeping. They kept really, really strict records of everything. So it seems likely... Okay, I think I know what it needs to do here. So it seems likely that someplace like this, you know, away from the eyes of God and all that other kind of stuff, would be a really nice place to be hiding that kind of knowledge. And what I'm wondering is if the reason we got this, I'll do it one more time. I'm wondering if we've gotten Enkanomiya when we have, because we're about to go to Sumeru. I'm going to guess in version 3.0. And I forget the exact wording, but oh, no, that's still not right. I think we need to go one more. It's something about knowledge is an oasis in the valley of ignorance or something like that. And you have to search for the light. Like, the way most people have been interpreting it, and how I think is mostly correct, actually. I actually think I want to change this one too. I don't remember what this looked like. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know, we'll see what happens there. See if that's right. Yeah, there's a push for folly. That one. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. Because we still have this one that's not there. Yeah. We still have that one that I can't get to. So there's this wall here that's a problem. Yep. Because we can go like this and around. And then we can't get in here because of this wall. So we need another way in there. But that's okay. I'm done with this place. I don't want to do this one anymore. I don't want to deal with it. I want to go somewhere else. I want to go somewhere I hasn't really done much with. Oh, yeah. I didn't really want to solve that puzzle right now. I don't want to, because I'll just get really distracted if I stay over there. So I'm gonna just leave. I'll do it later. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. That's not really the purpose of this stream. It's not to try and 100% this place. I'm just kind of like, I've got somewhere I can wander around and do things while I kind of try and sort out some thoughts. Because there's so many. So anyway, I'm thinking about Sumeru, right? We're talking about like libraries and books and secrets written in pages and things like that, and the Abyss Order trying to find out the truth of what happened thousands of years ago. And you gotta wonder if Sumeru, which is known for its, you know, academy, you gotta wonder if this place isn't actually like, where the hell? Where'd they go? Sorry, I couldn't see them. We know it's gonna have some sort of Middle Eastern influence, right? And whether it's Persia or Egypt or India or... I guess India isn't technically considered Middle East. I'm still thinking about it in terms of like the old Persian Empire, and that was all kind of one empire at a time. I don't know what to call it. My point is like that sort of region is really associated with ancient libraries, right? And I can't help but wonder if, since we're so focused on the Sumeru Academy being like one of the best places to learn in the entire game. What the heck? Oh, there he is. If we might not find more books there, and if the Dendro Archon might be hiding information, or maybe the Dendro Archon has decided that it no longer wants to hide information, and that's the push for folly that happens. Maybe we get more books there. Maybe that's when we finally get all the rest of the volumes of the Pale Princess, because for frick's sake, just release them. Let me out of my misery. Please. Yeah, Sino does have a Greek name. Yeah. See, part of the reason why I think it's going to be the Persian Empire has to do with the fact that a lot of Greeks went to study in schools within the Persian Empire. It was considered like the sort of melting pot of knowledge. And that's why I think it'll be important later. I really do think that. Well, there's more of these things, and I kind of need them. But where are they? They're up. Aww. They're up. Oh. Come on. What are your thoughts on Ito's design practically screaming at him being in the Kabuki hero, therefore making him likely to face off against Scaramouche to defend Inazuma? I don't think so. He is of a similar aesthetic. That I don't deny. But I don't think the two are actually going to ever meet. I can't imagine a scenario where Ito actually becomes important to the Archon quest.
Quite the find. Oh, so sorry.
I can't imagine that.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Spirit Blade, attack!
They did force Shinha into an Archon quest, but it was more like Kazuha. You know? Like, Ito is a little bit different because he got his story quest already. Whereas Kazuha didn't get a story quest. He got an Archon quest, right? Ito got a story quest, so he's unlikely to have an Archon quest, which means I don't think he'd be the focus there. And even then, I can't imagine that they would try to... I can't imagine that they would try to shoehorn Ito into a story where Scaramouche isn't facing A or the Shogun puppet. That just seems unlikely to me.
Rain outlines your fate.
It's not impossible, it just seems unlikely.
One with wind and
Okay, I'll wait. It's the only thing about running freeze comps against the heralds and the lectors is yeah.
No, my sword.
These shields are like incredibly annoying in the overworld, can I just say?
Objects like this may prove useful when purging evil spirits.
We just purged an evil spirit, dude. Dude's dead. Okay. Well, I don't want to fly anywhere, so I guess I'll warp. Just to save time. On the Before Sun and Moon, you gained access to the... Hang on. Oh, I don't remember. The plant lady. I have mentioned this before. It's important to know that the Persian Empire didn't exist without the fall of the Sumerian Empire. The influence of Mesopotamia was way stronger on the region. That is true. That is very true. The reason why I'm so fixated on the Persian Empire more has to do with, like, timelines. Just because Sino exists, and I'm kind of attempting to date the point of time that Genshin's trying to look at. In a region, because like the Sakoku decree was a real thing in Japan, right? So there's a real time period in which Inazuma is actually supposed to be reflecting, and I think they're going to do the same thing for Sumeru. And that's why I'm specifically saying the Persian Empire, because I think it's going to be helpful in determining a date, not necessarily an influence. But you are right. I deny nothing. I see abyss mages. No, no bubbles. Oh, what is this? No, listen, we're not having that. None of that, please. Revenge is sweet.
Brings a smile to my face.
I was looking for something. I think it's up here. There he is. Hello, little guy. You want to come with me? No? Yeah? 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 Uh-oh. I'm lost. What happened? Oh, there he goes. Yay!
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Hurrah! Wait, I saw something in chat. What does this say? Trust me and speak to the Sinshade in the library in Enkanomiya. I have done that. I just haven't completed it. See? No, I've done it. I just haven't completed it. I'm looking for these still, and I just haven't. It's, you know. I still have all of these to do. There's still a lot to do, okay? I still haven't even done Beto's, like, hangout. There's so much to do. Why do people say this game is dead? Like, there's like a ridiculous amount of things to do, man. Oh yeah, Paimon. Okay, Paimon is like incredibly, it grows more suspicious with every update. There's this one scene I remember where something about Paimon will never leave us. The minute they said that, I'm like, oh no, Paimon's totally leaving us. We're gonna get a different Paimon. I'm not convinced Paimon is like a unique being. I'm kind of convinced that Paimon is one of like several beings that all refer to themselves as like they're like a collective being that has multiple parts. You know what I mean? I'm convinced of this. Hey, look, it's a bird. Hello, birdie. That feels important.
Wind strider.
Rain outlines your face.
Shum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Okay, you know what? As much as I love this team, I'm bored. Let's do something else. As much as we've been using Xingqiu a lot, so let's mix things up a bit, huh? Wait, hang on. Yes. Yes. Okay, we good. I think.
Come at the beam.
Hee 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 hee.
Let's appraise the value on this.
I like the Elbatovator. The Albavator. I don't know why people don't like it. It's fun. I mean, it's kind of stupid, but it's fun. You know. I'm gonna climb the building, 'cause that's a very normal thing for a human to do. I climb buildings all the time. Totally, yep, I do. What do you mean you guys don't climb on your roof all the time? Totally normal thing to do. Okay, there's nothing up there. I don't know why I thought there would be something up there. Whoa. Ow. That's me. Also mean. I don't know. What's my problem?
Motion to compel.
No. Don't hurl your body weight at me. Dup, dup, dup. There's nothing in here. I don't know why I did that. Well, you know what they say. Leap before you look. They do actually say that. That's a thing. It just depends on the game you're in.
Incinerate.
Dun 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 dun.
Boom. Think you can bully me? Look at you, Bluetail.
To ashes.
Incinerate.
There are too many. I am single target. This team was a bad idea. I say I'm single target, but Yanfei is actually one of the very few AoE mages in this game. Well, catalysts. AoE catalysts. It's true. I've read it, but like I've read so much over the last week that like I don't remember all of it probably as well as I should. Why is there just a tomato in the wall? You know, sometimes video game logic and I don't get along. Sometimes. Hello, fishy. Hello, fishy fishy. You are the ghost fishy of death. I have decided that is your name. What is a good dead fish name? If you were to have a pet dead fish, what would you call it? I don't know what I would call a dead fish. Except maybe dinner. That sounds right. Nope. No, Beto, please. Goes.
Motion to compel.
Yosh. Mm. No! Look! Guys! It's a thing! I touched it with my hat and now it's mine. You know what that means? Anything I touch with my hat is now mine. That's true in real life, too. If I wear a hat and it's touching my head, I am mine. I guess that means if anyone else steals my hat from me, they don't realize it, but that hat's not theirs. They happen to be mine now. Mm-hmm. That's how it's gonna be. You always wondered about these places with these waterfalls that, like, fall into these abysses? How do they get water? Because, like, if it just endlessly goes down, eventually they'll run out of it from up here, right? Eventually. They can't have it indefinitely. Hey. There's a Sealy somewhere. Okay. I see how it is. Oh, I'm stuck. I was reading chat. I did not realize that I've been stuck for a while. Oopsie. Yep. Anyway. Yeah, Ouroboros is described as a scaleless snake. Orobashi has scales. That's a real thing, though. There are two different types of snakes in the world. There are scaleless snakes and there are snakes with scales. You can look up the difference visually. It's a little bit hard to explain verbally. I think you just kind of have to see a picture of it. Oh, this won't end well.
Live! Moments of birth!
I guess we'll just do this. This isn't working.
Come into being!
I can't pop his thing. Super annoying. Oh. Well, I guess those are just lost forever. Goodbye, treasures. Nice knowing you. What happens if I claim this? Have I finished the world quest yet? I don't know. I mean, I have all of these quests. Which one is considered the world quest at this point? There's too many. Too many. That's my problem. There's too much stuff here, and I haven't done any of it. And I don't want to take any more information into my brain right now. This stupid-ass time tunnel! Look at it! Why? Look at the lights coming down from where? From where? And it's definitely going down, not coming up. Look, you can see it, right? Like, maybe you guys can't see it because it's really shitty quality. Sorry. Yeah, it's going down. Oh, look, I need Xingqiu back because of these things. Fine.
May knowledge guide you.
Fine then. Oh, not you. Is there another one? Oh, yes, there is. Hello. Oh, there's another one. Yay. There were 4. Hello, Godman. Lady, thing, person, hi. Thank you for the chest.
Body and mind.
A favorite type of chest does not have boobies. It just has treasure. I want the thing, but I don't know where it is. I also kind of want to climb this thing.
Body and mind.
For no reason other than just cause okay. I have to say, the climbing in Enka so far has been, interesting. An interesting experience. I feel like I clip into way more things than I should. Uh-oh. Oh, hi.
Body and mind.
Okay. I guess we're doing this now.
Witness the power of Gugwa. Motion to compel.
Ow. Actually, what am I doing? I have a shield. You know... Sometimes I just, you know... Sometimes we just, you know, look the other way. That's funny. I thought I'd been here. Maybe I hadn't.
Remarkable condition.
Weird. I swear I've been here. Wait, who is this? Oh, yeah. No, I have been here. So what the heck? Did I just not grab this chest last time? That was weird. How weird of me. What door is for me? What? What are you talking about? I actually had one more observation that I thought was rather odd. So, apparently, when the Traveler first came to Tevat, right? They didn't speak the language. And Paimon apparently taught us how to speak, you know, the local language. So, my question is, what language do we speak then? Because it's apparently not Greek. Because there's a lot of stuff in Enka that we just can't read. Which means that we don't know the Enkanomiyan language. So what language do we know? Yeah, that's the other thing. Does Paimon actually know the language, or did she teach us as, like, holding up an apple and being like, this is called apple, and just making us repeat until we understood it? And if we learned that way, like, by God, we're smart. We're super smart. Yee. I did this thing. Okay, I guess this place is done for now. Let's go somewhere else. What's over here? No, Liyue has its own language too, because remember, Yunjin sang in Chinese in her, in the Archon quest. And then, in addition, not only did she sing in Chinese, but, like, there's a Liyuean script. If you look around, like, there's special characters used. Have I been here? Woo!
Remarkable condition.
Mine. But yeah, I've always been really confused about that. I just figured that if Enkanomiya was more representative of, you know, a world before the Archons and everything, then... Oh, ghost fishies! Ghost fishies! Hello, fishies! Carry me home! Oh god, this is so annoying. I guess I've just always thought that the Traveler, and the twins in general, were actually, you know, potentially Teyvat native, but like from a really, really ancient time, and like the world was destroyed, and so they left to go find a new homeworld. And when they came back to this one, they didn't recognize it anymore. You know? I've always thought that that could be the case. But, you know, it's kind of hard to say that that's the case if you know, if they can't read the language of Enkanomiya, which is supposed to be like, you know, really indicative of the world from way back, you know? That's kind of the part where I get confused.
Rain outlines your fate.
My Yanfei has like no elemental mastery. Don't judge my vaporizes. One day I'll actually learn how to build characters with EM properly. One day.
Feel this ancient power.
The twins could be from a completely different planet. That's entirely possible. But, like, they also might not be. And part of the reason why I'm saying that, in one... Okay, so, I think I'm gonna wrap up here soon, but I'm gonna give you guys one more set of thinking points before I do that. So I've been... As you guys know, I kind of started this channel... well, at least I started doing Genshin theories on this channel, with one theory about how Honkai Impact and Genshin Impact might be related, yeah? And, oh hey, thank you! Barclay Calistra. I think that's how you say your name. Thanks for the super chat. Here's my thanks for all the great videos you've put out. If the world civilization the lector mentioned is true, what would you like it to be inspired by? Oh man. I want like high fantasy Dark Souls looking Celtic, but also like fantasy super high-techy sort of thing. That's not specific at all. I just want like a mix of so many things. I want a mix of like a million things.
Let's appraise the value on this.
I kind of get the feeling it's gonna be Welsh, actually. I think it'll be Welsh, but I hope they go like, I want to go high fantasy meets like sci-fi, techno, lasery stuff. That would be my ideal. I would like that. That'd be cool. Okay, so but what I was saying before I got really distracted, because that happens. So I started this whole channel looking at like how Genshin could possibly be related to Honkai, and I've had different thoughts on the topic since then. I'm starting to think that Genshin actually comes before Honkai, and also before Star Rail, and before basically every game in MiHoYo's timeline. I've started to think this because we're talking about a lot of primordial deities. We're talking about the origin of the eons and things like that, which means that Genshin should, theoretically, come before Star Rail. And we know Star Rail should come after Honkai. So I'm almost wondering if Genshin isn't necessarily supposed to be, you know, Project Arc or anything like that, but instead, if it's supposed to be an origin story. Kind of like if any of you have ever played Zelda games, you know how they released like 20 Zelda games and then decided, hey, you know what, let's actually tell the story of the very first Link, like how all of this happened, and then they released Skyward Sword. I think Genshin might be miHoYo's Skyward Sword. That's currently what I'm thinking. Because when you think about it, when you have all of these primordial deities, or these deities, that are kind of coming about and being mentioned and whatnot, it's possible that this was kind of like the seed from which a lot of life sprouted. And I know Venti talks about, you know, a few different myths from other worlds where, like, you know, the body of Ymir became the world and his brains became the cloud or whatever, and that's indicative of, like, oh, you know what, there's other worlds besides ours. And, like, yeah, maybe there are. But I'm just wondering, because Venti also says that he knows all of the songs from the past, present, and future. He never specified, you know, that world existed in the past. He just says that that world exists. And depending on how you look at time, as whether it's like cumulative or linear or, you know, circular or whatever, you can come up with some very different explanations for the things he says. You know what I mean? So I've been thinking about that lately. Because it's possible that a world will exist that was created in that way. Or that a world might currently be existing that is created in that way, as per, you know, like the diction of other eons. Because as we know from Star Rail, eons kind of play a pretty important role in the foundation of the creation of and the sustainability of life in the universe. And I won't go much into that because, like, Star Rail is still obviously in beta, and a lot of stuff could change between now and then. But I'm just thinking that that's starting to feel like more of a possibility, because what we might actually witness in Genshin, and the reason why the Honkai and, you know, the Hershers and everything haven't been mentioned, is because maybe they haven't been born yet. And I'm wondering if Genshin is like the origin story for how the will of the Hersher came to be. And I think that would be a really interesting twist for them to take this story in without actually trying to subvert anyone's expectations. I think that'd be really cool. Will they do it? I don't know. But it's just like currently what I'm thinking. It could also be the future. Yeah, Mal, that's true. If Genshin is the future of Honkai after the Sky People take over, that is a possibility too. I'm just wondering at this point. Deedle, thank you very much for your supple chat. Supple chat. Oh boy, yeah. You know, it's time for me to try and. Yeah. Well, thank you for your super chat. Glad to see the title of this stream lives up to what I imagined your reaction to be while I was running around Enkanomiya the other day. Yeah, listen, it's been like 3 days of me being like this, and I had like a meltdown on Twitter, I think, yesterday, where I kind of went off about Klee possibly being a secret sunchild that Alice stole. Like, I have... My biggest problem right now is that I have a list of like 39 theories that I want to write out and do videos on, and then Enkanomiya drops, and I'm like, now my list is doubled. And it's really frustrating. Ah! Hang on, I see another one, but I only have 2 eyes, and they can only look in one direction at a time. I see Palm Top Tiger, thank you for your super chat. In the book, The Sun and the Moon, it says something about an arc. In Honkai, they launched an arc with humanity's copy. Maybe Teyvat is the arc copy. Yep, that was the original theory that I had that started this channel, actually. That was my very first video. That is a distinct possibility. I wish we knew more about that project because we know so little about it. Like, so very little. It's almost annoying how little we know about Project Arc and all of them, really. Now, the interesting thing is that the visions inside of Genshin actually sound a lot more like Project Stigma than Project Arc. But there's so many ways they could take this. I'm just so curious to see what they actually end up going with. But it's going to be like at least 3 years before we know. Which is infuriating on a couple of levels, but whatever. Whatever. It's fine. I'll live. I'll live in pain, but I'll live. Oh, boy. Andy, could each of MiHoYo's games be a separate universe in a multiverse? Yeah, of course I could. Totally could. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it for right now, for today. Expect some more of these streams as I kind of work through my thoughts. Because there's so much here, guys. I'm gonna be here a while. In the meantime, though, I do have 2 videos coming up that I will be doing. Hang on. I know it's not ideal to use her burst and then swap, but I don't care. I just have to, like, make this thing go away. There. The annoyance has been quelled. Alright. There we go. Oh, hey, before we go, Sayori, thank you so much for the super chat. Not a Genshin question, but what is your, or would be your Smash main? I haven't played Smash since it was on the GameCube. No, wait. I'm sorry. That's not accurate. I haven't played Smash since it was on the N64. So I don't know if I can answer that question actually reliably, but I did play a lot of, I actually honestly just played Zelda. I mained Zelda. But remember, the roster on the N64 was really small. So, I don't even know who's in Smash now. I really don't. I know Ike is in Smash now. He's one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters, so I guess I'd probably play as him. That's all I know. That's all I know. Yeah. I love her new idol. It's so cool. Anyway, yeah, okay, so I have one video coming up this week. I was holding off on, well, this coming week, I should say. I was holding off on putting it out, because I wanted to go through Enkanomiya and see if there was anything in here that would actually contradict it. And there isn't, so I'm gonna go with it. Which is nice, actually. I think that's cool. It's the What's in the Box theory. That's coming out soon. I'm also going to be putting out a video, hopefully this weekend, on, well, actually, I shouldn't say this weekend, because I have to get something approved first. The next video that comes out is actually probably going to be on C6 Bennett, which is not a theory video in the traditional sense for me, but it's a collaboration with a friend of mine, who wrote a really good C6 Bennett analysis, and I told him that if he wrote it, I would actually make a video for it, and so I'm holding up my end of the bargain. So I will be putting that out. It's not a series of videos I plan to do a whole lot of on. So don't expect this to turn into a theory crafting channel, because I won't do that. But I might do something like that every now and again. So that's going to come out soon. And then, yeah. Then it's the what's in the box. And then I think we're just going to swap over to Enkanomiya theories because there are so many that we got to get through. It's going to take a while. And I have a feeling that 2.5 looks like it might be fairly significant in terms of transitioning out of Inazuma. Because if you look back at, let's see, if you look back at pre-Inazuma, we went from version 1.6 to version 2.0, right? And so it's very possible they could do something similar here soon. So if we are currently in version 2.4, 2.5 should wrap up Inazuma so that 2.6 can be something that would lead into Sumeru. Because that should happen, by my estimates, in late spring of this year. Well, with any luck. So, that's kind of why I'm thinking 2.5 might be significant. And if 2.5 is significant, I want to, like, have this region at least partially covered. Oh, dear. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for me for today, guys, though. I think Scar is actually kind of soon, so. Yeah. Anywho, thank you guys so much for turning up. I really appreciate it. Thanks for exploring this region with me. I'm learning things, and I'll probably come back with more findings and more things to throw around. And I'm sorry if I don't get to answer a whole lot of questions for you guys on these sorts of streams. These sorts of streams are the ones that I just kind of just have a stream of consciousness on. So thanks again, guys. And before we go, thanks again for Okay Then for your super chat. Appreciate you turning out for the stream, man. Thanks. And I'll go. Okay. So, oh. And now I have dogs wanting attention, so the timing is good. All right. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time.